This is your turn number 2, part B. All right, so remember, if we add the equations as is right now, we get 10x plus 6y equals, let's see, 52. That's not helpful. That just gives us another equation with 2 variables. Not helpful. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to multiply one of the equations by -1 because watch, wouldn't this be really nice if this was -3y? Then they would eliminate. Or maybe if this one was -3y and this stayed positive and we added, they eliminated. That would be fantastic. So let's make that happen. You can multiply either equation by -1. I'm going to go ahead and multiply the second equation by -1. So I'm going to multiply that by -1. And remember, I'm putting parentheses to remind me to distribute because we have to multiply everything in both sides by -1. When you multiply, you have to do it to every single term. So there are 2 terms over here, so I have to multiply -1 by both. All right, so let's do it. -1 times 6x is -6x. -1 times positive 3y is a -3y equals, and then 33 times -1 is -33. So this is equation number 2 adjusted. Okay, so keep track of them because now you have to add it to equation number 1. You can't add an equation to itself because then other things happen. That's in a later section. So we're just going to copy down equation number 1 here so that I can then add them together. All right, so I've got equation number 2 adjusted and equation number 1. Let's add left side to left side, right side to right side, combining like terms. So -6x plus 4x is -2x. And then -3y plus 3y, hey, that eliminates. That's exactly what I wanted to happen. And then -33 plus 19. Use a calculator to figure that out. If you can't do it in your head, perfectly fine. But it is -14. All right, now I have an equation that has one variable and is just a single step equation. Divide by -2. Not add 2, this is multiply. So we're dividing each side by -2. And so we get x is equal to +7. Again, use the calculator if you're unsure. Negative divided by negative is a positive. Okay, now we can use either original equation. You have to use an original equation here. Always, always, always go back to the original equation to find the second variable. So let's go ahead and use, how about equation number 1? So 4 times my x, which we just found out was 7, plus 3y is equal to 19, and we just have to solve that. So we want to isolate the term with the variable, so you have to get rid of this, but I need to know what this is first. So we're going to multiply, so that's 28. So 28 plus 3y equals 19. You've solved many equations like this before. Simple 2-step equation. Isolate this by getting rid of the 28. So minus 28 from both sides. Zeros out on the left side, leaving us with 3y equals. And then 19 minus 28 is -9. Final step, divide by 3. Use a calculator if you're unsure, but a positive or negative divided by a positive will be a negative, so it's going to be a -3. Negatives are the things that get us all the time in these problems. So if something goes wrong, I would check your negatives first. All right, so we've got our answer, but we need to check it into the other equation. So I used equation number 1 to solve for it, so I have to use equation number 2 to check. Not adjusted number 2, regular number 2. Because I could have made a mistake from here to here, and it would never be caught if I used an equation I came up with. All right, so equation number 2, 6 times my x, which is 7, plus 3 times my y, which is a -3. Is that really equal to 33? All right, we've got 2 products we need to add together, so we got to find the products first. So we're going to do 6 times 7 is 42, plus 3 times a -3 is -9. And yes, 42 plus a -9 is a +33. And so we got the answer correct. So then we want to write our final answer as a coordinate point. So 7, -3. So those 2 lines, if we were to graph these 2 lines, they would intersect at 7, -3. That's it for your turn number 2, part B.